All right. Welcome back to a series of Wonders events. I'm your humble DM Robin, joining us today by Stefan, play as our human sorcerer Riviani, and Kat, play as Tali, our Wood Elf Rogue. So previously, the team managed to, sort of reunite their, companion's soul. It's in a weird state. But they managed to revive the long thought diseased elf hero, Limerick. And turns out he has his partial soul as Sentinel, who has been traveling with the team. And, everything turns out well. Like, he's unbounded by his curse, and now he's a great ally and just helping them in their battle. So, beyond that, like, the team managed to went through some kind of obstacles, namely the fact that they found their way to the House of Gem and just surrounded by a bunch of drows. It's not in a hostile way, more like they are seeking allies. Even though the drow leader, Ashari, was their slave keeper in the past, which they've encountered a long time ago. Well, everything turns out well. No swords drawn, no magic fired, and they managed to set up a deal. And the drows kind of point them towards the, to topest floor of the House of Gem, and saying that there's something up there, that can help them. Especially, it has something to do with the mythol, everything and all that. But the team later on found the Dwarven King, and solved the riddle by saving the Dwarven King. And the Dwarven King's phantom, Harden Ironbar, he kind of disclosed information about, the location, about how to restore Mithranor's, mythol in order to cleanse all those evils, which you guys might be dealing with in the not so far of a future. And he handed to you the new gem of the weave. The replacement. It's a ruby instead of the original sapphire. And to do this, you guys will need to enter the throne room of Castle Cormathor and place the ruby on top of the empty socket of the throne. But sounds easy, right? Anyone can do that. Yeah.
Sure.
And later on, that's not all. You will have to have someone to sit on the throne in order to, combine himself to the gem, to the magic, and become the new guardian, since the old guardian's seemingly deceased. Which is weird, because once they bind it with the gemstone, they become not immortal per se, but they are spiritual form should be everlasting, unless someone actually break the gem. So that's what you all heard. And so you found corpses. Also, you guys found corpses of the deceased adventurers, which you were tasked to find, and managed to find a pair of gauntlets on the rogue and one amulet from the mage. What can it possibly be? Interesting. So right now, you guys are having the long rest, since Limerick kind of says he will need that to prepare for his spells, and you guys also need some time to regroup and to learn what the magic items you just found can be. So this is the next morning, or night. You're not so sure. That's the downside of dungeoneering. You sleep for a few hours, but you can't really tell what it looks like outside, because it's always dark. So you guys should receive the handouts right now. So for the gauntlet, Tali, you've kind of have a feel of the gauntlet for a while, and it's called a gauntlet of spell snaring. Yeah, and the details you can find. Let's see. I will open that for. Yeah. All right. You can have a read of it for a while, and for Riviani, your amulet turns out to be a Twilight Guardian amulet, and it's an golden imperial topaz etched onto an Ouroboros shaped adamantine base. Through the glimpse of light, you can see a winged spirit rest inside the gemstones. So yeah. Yeah, you guys can give it a read. The gauntlet is made by woven mithril fibers and enchanted with intricate arcane structure. So yeah. Basically, the gauntlet and the amulet all have 3 charges, and for the gauntlet, when a spell is cast near 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge and force someone that cast a spell to make a saving throw. On a failed one, you steal the essence of a spell. So yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah. I kind of combine, clobber some of the ideas together, since some of the older, the DMG's gauntlet is kind of, it's not so fitting, so I tweaked a little bit. Yeah, so you can, as long as the cast spell is lower than level 6, and just level 5 and all that, you can immediately cast it as part of the reaction. So, and the spell function as whatever they might be. So for example, if your enemy casts a fireball towards you, and you succeed in snaring it, you can just immediately throw it back. It's like hot potato.
It's so good.
Yeah. And for the Twilight Guardian amulet, it's mostly to help your allies in a certain area. So if you hold it or wear it and attune to it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge and summon the healing spirits inside the amulet to assist your ally. And yeah. So yeah, you guys are having fun with your new toys, and just give it a thorough look. Yeah. For now, Limerick will also continues on preparing his spell books and such. Okay. Let me know if you guys finish reading. It's all right. We can take our time.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have the gist of this.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys are all ready and prepared. Limerick is just kind of not directly walking towards you, because you guys are in a small camping site, but more like he approaches you guys and says, "So, I think I'm ready for whatever comes next." And are you guys done as well?
Ready as well would be, I guess, as I sort of put the amulet around my neck to sort of attune to it.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Tali, which do you attune to the gauntlet? Because if you do so, you will need to, let go of one of the other magic items. Just let me know which
I'm-
one you're gonna drop.
I will. I'm trying to figure out because I've got my boots and I need my sword. it's it's an iffy balance. I will let you know before the first fight.
Okay, cool. So, you guys starting to walk towards the you guys rest near the House of Gem, the teleportation circle. So you guys just go back on. Howden has been keeping watch for you guys. So he kind of before you guys leave, he kind of he kind of seems to remember something and walk to you guys and says, you guys will need this. And he passed both of you, three of you, a small ring. Like it's not a really like fancy looking ones. It doesn't have any specific ruins or anything on it, and it doesn't have any gems on it. It's just an ordinary silver ring. And Howden just says, don't underestimate that. This kind of silver ring can protect this wearer from some lower end magic. It's like some sort of just think of it as some sort of a magical shield. Once it's depleted, it will just self-destroyed, and yeah. But before that, it should keep you guys fairly safe from mundane damage. Yeah. So yeah, you each received one ring, and it's a ring that can protect you guys from certain amount of spells. You don't have the time to really get to know it, but it's from Howden's speech. Yeah, you estimate you can withstand some sort of damage. Yeah. So yeah, you guys step into the circle, and voila. Like before, the entire circle kind of lights up, and you guys manage to move the gemstone to the very top, and just towards your destination, the roof. So yeah.
Nice. Before they head up, Tali's going to pass the top of Safe Haven to Limerick.
Oh, okay.
So I'll unattune to that and attune to the gauntlet.
Okay. Okay. So Limerick just kind of surprised to see this, and is like, "Oh, thank you." So he's gonna put on the tarp. Well, he doesn't really have the time to attune to it, so yeah, he's just gonna put it on. It's fine.
Yeah. So just after next long rest, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it down, and the ring. All right. So, you guys found this similar type of like magical hue around you guys, and with three, like this time the teleportation seems to last longer than before, as it's you guys are at the bottom and you're going all the way to the top. And as the light subsides, you find yourself standing near a side of the gateway, and you guys look outside. It's like a heavily forest outrun structure. You can see where you guys came from. You guys are right now right here at the bottom. I hope you guys can see this. Okay, you guys are right now here at the very bottom of the towering structure. So yeah, I'm gonna move you guys towards there, so it'll be easier for you to. Yeah, you guys are standing right here. So the entire outer rim of Myth Draenor is kind of overrun by nature. Like before, it was like the entire city, after it's ruined, no one ever tends to it, and the magic that kind of held it, in place kind of falls apart. And that results in the nature and the wild creatures and unstable kind of growth. But you guys kind of see the stone structures and the cylindrical tower in shape that the outside kind of depicts what a once great city it was, with elven like carvings, as well as historical meanings and patterns. You guys can't tell exactly what they are because they are so heavily damaged, but you guys can see a glimpse of the past through all those structures. And you guys are now at the bottom of the cylindrical, and you guys see your way to the right side, and you see spiraling stairs that moves upwards. You think that this is the part where you guys can walk up to, and the spiraling stairs kind of goes all the way up to the top. And the top side, as you see the structure, the small dome with several pillars, there are glowing green lights coming out from it. And although it's not consistent, the lights goes on and off sometimes, but you do get a feeling that something is happening up there. And occasional scream, not those kind of horrifying scream, but more like someone screaming in pain, kind of also gives that away. Yeah. So the stairs are it will probably take you guys about 5 to 10 minutes to go all the way top, especially with all the structural damage. So yeah, how would you guys like to proceed?
Given the screaming, I'd say stealthily.
Okay.
Very carefully.
All right. So I'm just gonna point it out. So on the left side, the root of a gigantic tree kind of breaks down this side of the stairs. However, on the right side of the stairs, you can see kind of a man-made obstacles. Like some of the huge rocks looks suspiciously deliberate to be put on each one of them. So making it harder for you guys to traverse. So how would you guys like to which direction do you guys want to climb the roots, or just go through the deliberately difficult terrain in order to get on top? It's up to you guys.
How good is Charlotte at climbing? Could Charlotte help us get up the roots?
Well, that's one direction. It will depend on Charlotte's athletics check. If you guys want to go to the route, Charlotte needs to make 3 separate athletics check. If you guys want to go to the the staircase on the right side, you guys will need to make either athletic or acrobatic check in order to go through it. Also 3 of them, so separate. So yeah, it's up to you guys.
If Charlotte's got good athletics, I'd be inclined to go up the roots. Otherwise, Tyler's going to basically try and walk the banister up the stairs, not touching the ground at all.
Okay.
Full balance beam mode.
Cool.
Charlotte here should be able to make that, no problem.
All right. You want to give it a try? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, so before you do anything, I will just need to point out that Charlotte will have a slightly difficult time to get all three of you up there. But Limerick says when you say Charlotte can help you guys up, Limerick says I don't think Charlotte can hold three of us, but if it's just you two, I think it should be fine. I can take the staircase, which is no problem.
Or how high is it exactly? Because I could drop a rope for him instead.
It's about 100 feet upwards. The cylindrical, so although it looks not that, but the cylindrical shape is actually really tall. So.
Okay. Well, if he can make the first 50 feet, then I can give him 50 feet of rope and help him maybe miss one of the checks.
All right. That would be totally viable. So, if Charlotte goes up to 50 feet above, you drop a rope. Limerick doesn't have to make any initial athletics check. So it's up to you guys.
I'm happy. Riviani?
Yeah, let's both try to go up, and we can and then we can leave her. We can put down a rope for Limerick.
All right.
For Lyric.
All right. So roll me an athletics check for Charlotte. The first part of the climb is very difficult for Charlotte. Especially on the roots, it seems like she's having a hard time putting her footings down in order to grasp onto it. So she managed to climb up about 10 feet and then just kind of slides down 5 feet. Yeah. It seems very difficult for her.
You can.
Yeah.
Come on, you can do it. I sort of try to urge her to keep going.
All right. Roll me another one. All right. This time she seems to find the spot that she poked a hole onto it before and managed to use that as leverage to climb a little bit further. So she managed to climb about 30 feet upwards, and she's at about 40 feet, like the whole 40 feet and 100 feet. So managed to stay up there and without falling. I would need you to make the third one. This will be a little bit difficult than before.
All right.
Okay. Not so much of a luck. So Charlotte tries to go up, but then she slides back down to about 20 feet. So she's now about 20 in 100. Yeah, it's very difficult for her right now. Yeah. So at this point, the tree, the root seems to be a little bit unstable. But Charlotte still managed to cling on to one part, but you get a feeling that if you continue to, push Charlotte, maybe one of the roots will fall off. Yeah.
I'm sort of holding on like, what kind of spider can't climb?
Charlotte kind of raised both of her razor sharp legs and just ching ching.
Okay, Tally's gonna be like, okay, just hang on for a second, and fly up to 50 feet above where Limerick is, and then find a spot to anchor the rope so that Riviani and Limerick can at least.
All right, cool. So you fly up with ease, and manage to find a. Actually, I will need you to make a perception check to find a strong spot on the route, because Charlotte has already been walking through it. That will be enough. So you find a rather sturdy part that you think you can hold Limerick as well as Charlotte, and you put down the the nails as well as the rope, so for they can climb up. Limerick will be the first to climb to test the rope. So if anything happens, he also have a trick or two that he can save himself from. And that is the part where he will try to make a... this is bad because he's really bad at athletics. But he will try. Alright, he doesn't even need the advantage. He has a -1 on strength. So yeah, he doesn't even need the advantage in order to propel him through the rope and manage to climb up to where you are at. Sorry, Tully. Alright. For Charlotte and Riviani, you guys can share one athletics check. Actually, let me think. Because this is a unconventional way, I would say, let's see. Yeah, I would say make an athletics check, and yeah, just try that. Just try it that way.
So just a basic athletics check?
Yes. Before that, Riviani, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm actually fairly good at that. Oh.
The sleight of hand was intended for you to, anchor the rope tighter on Charlotte so that you can have advantage in climbing. But since it fails, the rope is, it doesn't really help much. So Charlotte can attempt another athletic check, just plain athletic check without any assistance.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it to make another attempt, and I'm also going to spend 2 of my sorcery points to add 1d4 to that check.
Oh, nice. Okay. Go for it.
So.
Okay. So 1d4. Nice. That
Awesome.
is good. That is good. Like for the first climb, the difficulty was fairly easy, especially on the first part because there's a not so steep of a route. So you managed to climb up to 30 feet above the ground. So you are now at 50 feet leverage.
All right.
So yeah, there's still another 50 feet up, but this time it will be a lot more difficult than before, because the further it goes, the condition it's not suitable for climbing. Yeah. But however, I will need every one of you to make a perception check. Limerick included. Perception. Nope. He's really bad at this. Alright. So, Riviani, you heard glimpses and pieces of, the scream. Like someone was in severe pain. Tully, on the other hand, you heard some kind of speech going on. Like someone is talking to each other. Oh, Elven. Yeah. What am I thinking? Sorry. Elvish. At first, it's hard to tell because the Elvish from one side has a really heavy accent. However, later on, you gradually realize they are talking in Elvish and you understand what they're saying. One voice on the heavy side is kind of just says, on the kind of the one side is a freakish kind of voice, and you depict it as Flash as one side of it, and you heard his voice just kind of says, Why is taking so long? Has the ritual been completed yet? And you can tell by his stretched voice that he is enduring a lot of pain, and you think that the scream was coming out from him. Well, maybe. The other voice, a rather deeper voice, kind of says, it's almost completed. And once it's done, you should amass the power that was promised to you. And you heard Flash continue saying, it better be. What about the outsiders? What about your troops? Have they found them yet? And you heard the deeper voice kind of says, no. If they know anything, those drows are under my command and will come forth. They know better than to disobey me. And you heard Flash's kind of cackles and laughter, and just like kind of like, good. Make sure they lure them upstairs at once. You heard the other voice kind of says, like I said, they're under my command, and they will report to me, not you. You focus on finishing your part. And you heard the Flashes kind of says, can't you see I'm tied up in here? And the other voice kind of sighs and says, just stay focused. And that's as much as you can hear.
Okay, I'm gonna wave at the others to like be quiet. There are two people upstairs. I'm just going to like to basically hug the wall because I think one of them's leaving.
Yeah, yeah. So you kind of inform the others. What are you doing, Riviani, after hearing all this?
Like, is she signaling for us to stop, or
just to like not to stop, but to kind of like duck around out of visibility of the staircase? Because I know we're coming up the tree root side, but just to hug the wall, I guess, and not make a sound. If you're climbing and gonna make a sound, then maybe stop. But otherwise, keep.
Climbing. Hold on. So you. Sorry, I'm just double checking. So you are on the left side of the route, right? Not on the right side of the staircase, right?
Yeah, we're on the right side.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you don't think you're making any noises, but I will let you make an insight check to see if.
I'm not sure how stealth works versus climbing.
Yeah.
That was insight?
Yeah, I just need that to... judging by the conversation, you don't think they've heard anything because... probably because the constant screaming coming out from Flash. So yeah, you don't think any voice was heard, even if you ever make one. Yeah. So yeah, what are you guys doing now?
I will direct Charlotte to sort of climb sort of more around as she seems to be suggesting.
Okay. So Riviani will do that. Tully,
everyone's at 50 feet.
Yeah.
I'll unlatch the rope and go up another 50.
Okay. In that case, I will need. Do you want to go stealthily?
Very much so, please.
All right. In that case, I'll need you to roll a stealth check as well as an acrobatics check. Yeah, because of your rope.
No,
it's good because you have a rope.
the acro is 1.
No, I mean you have a rope. You have advantage.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, because you guys have a rope. That's the meaning of the rope. Give you guys advantage. Yeah. So. You manage to climb as stealthily as you can. On the other hand, Riviani, I will need Charlotte to make an athletic check. However, if you can try another attempt on the tying the rope thing. So you will need to roll for another sleight of hand check in order to tie the rope, onto Charlotte, and that will grant her. That will be enough. That will grant her advantage in athletics check, and also I will need you to roll for Charlotte on a stealth check, using Charlotte's stats, not yours.
All right.
Because you're on top of her. All right. Cool. Oh. Yep. All right. Limerick will do his. Because of the rope, he can now. All right. Nice. Stealth. All right. So, since it's a group, the last 50 feet is a group effort. The horrifying stealth of Charlotte is evened out by Riviani's. By Tolly's constantly waving for Charlotte to stop, as well as Limerick kind of gently nudge Charlotte's leg to the right direction instead of hitting onto the stone wall, making loud noises. So you guys managed to be fairly quiet, at least that's what you think, and climb up to the final 50 feet on top of the staircase. Sorry, on top of the route. On this side, you can see.
I like have a sort of mini heart attack, but
yeah, yes, you're like what? Yeah, but everything seems to work out fine. Anyway, so you guys are looking at an opening that is not manufactured, but more like nature just finds its way in and cracks open a way. So you, all three of you, are staring down at a kind of a tunnel being opened up by the roots. The roots actually eats into the structure and kind of breaks down the wall on this side. You guys are now at the top of the dome, so you guys can look down about 10 feet downwards. You see the interior structure. In the center of it, it looks like just as its shape, a kind of a circle-ish like structure. The floor itself, it's a circle. It's a really round circle. At the center, the very center of it, is a kind of a structure that depicts a chair. It's not a throne per se. It's more like those kind of like how should I put this? More fitting structure for the deceased to sit on. I don't know if that sounds correct, but yeah, it's just kind of like a tall, really tall back stone craft chair in the center of it. There's at least from your side, you can see one, and you think judging by the shadows, there are two more looking like a Y-shaped center. And on the side you guys are facing, it is the chair is actually someone sitting on it, and it's not Flash or anyone else you would think it would be. It is actually a kind of a phantom. It's so much so like Howden you guys met before. So this phantom is emitting in a bluish shape, in a bluish hue, and its shape, it's kind of bounded by some sort of a vine. You're not like blackish vine that kind of restraining it to its chair. It seems to have been stuck in there for God knows how long, and you look for a few seconds, it just doesn't budge. Then you realize the vine has not only imprisoned him onto the chair, but also kind of stops the time from going or something. The phantom just stares blankly to a wall on the far end, which you guys can't see because it's way behind where you guys were at, but it just stares blankly towards it. And the moment Limerick sees it, Limerick just kind of says, "Oh, he's still not so much so alive, but he still exists. That's great news."
Who still exists?
That's the old guardian. That's
That
Marden
old-
Silverblade. They must
That
have
old
found
thing on
some
the
way.
chair?
Yeah, that they must find some way to tap into the power of his and restrain him. But he still exists. That's great news.
Tap in as in take control of him? Because that doesn't seem great for us.
I don't think. Let me check. So Riviani, well, anyone can try to make an Arcana check to see if they know what this is. I mean, anyone. Well, not Charlotte, of course, but yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. Yeah. Tolly, this is not your strong suit. You tried your best. You tried to recall all those magic items you've seen before. Nothing seems to fit of the status of what is happening. Rainy, you don't know as well. Your study hasn't, revealed this part of magic yet. For Limerick, he seems to understand something, and he was trying to very eagerly to point you guys to the right direction, and then realize you guys seems to have no clue of what it is. He just have to explain, and he says, I don't think they are pulling his strings, more like they are restraining him to the chair in order to do something. See those vines? And he points towards those vines. You guys can see that when Limerick points out, those vines are actually, piercing inside of the phantom. There's no skin per se for the phantom, but if there is one, you can see the vines kind of digs in and just kind of sucks out some kind of the bluish essence out from the old guardian, and just kind of every vine just kind of goes back into the stone chair. And the moment when the suction happens, you will see like the blue energy being drained from the old guardian's body, and when it enters the chair, that is when the scream comes out. So you would assume that Flash is on the chair in the back.
So do we remove who it's feeding into, or do we break the vines? How do we stop it without hurting the former garden?
Limerick thinks for a moment and then just says, we defeat... Actually, we can't do that. He thinks for another moment, and then he kind of realizes something, and then he says, let's cut the vines on the chair. Just with a clean strike, cut all of them down once and for all, and just that should be able to remove the suction. The actual spell will take a longer time to break, but if we cut those vines that attach to the chair, then it should stop whatever ritual they are performing. And that would give us a fighting chance. Because if they continues to tap into that kind of power, we are facing a monster with limitless stamina and arcane might.
All right, let's together.
All right.
I'll sort of snap my fingers and I'll direct Charlotte to you. You heard the man. Let's start trimming some vines.
All right. So I will lay out, and this is a really, really, rudimentary level of map. I'm gonna just use it to show you guys the location you guys are at. So you guys are here. Oops, sorry. You guys are here. Oops. Nope. You guys are on the top, and you guys are looking downwards. That is, sorry. This is the throne. I'm gonna draw a shape. This is the chair. There is a Y-shaped chairs in the back. You guys can see from here to the chair, and the vines are attached right here. Alright, so you guys can hit the mark and just try to break it off from the old guardian. Alright, on the count of 3, Limerick just kind of like he just stretched his fingers, so 3, 2, 1, and I would need everyone to make an attack roll, depending on what kind of stuff you're trying to do. For Tali, it's definitely the weapon. As for Riviani, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, when he right after he says 1, I say go, and I direct Charlotte to start heading towards the vines to cut them up.
All right. In that case, since it's a little bit further away, it's 10 feet down. However, it's about 20 feet away. So everyone can make an athletics check to leap over. Athletics or acrobatics, your pick. To leap over. Okay.
Oh,
it's Charlotte. You're on Charlotte, right?
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. Acrobatics. That should be enough. All right. Still
really?
Not that much. All right. So, Limerick as well as Tali, you guys made it to just right besides the vines and are ready to strike. For Charlotte as well as Riviani, you guys landed about 10 feet away. And yeah, judging by the status, it's not prone, but that's about as far as you can go for the turn. However, Riviani, you can still try to shoot magic if you want. That is entirely up to you.
Yeah, I'll shoot a basic firebolt at the vines.
All right, go ahead. Roll for attack. Let's see. Ooh, that's a hit. Actually, it's like as long as you don't roll really, really low, it should be a hit. Those. All right, it's a natural 1. So Limerick actually fails. Yeah, the landing must have affected his blade, so kind of twisted his ankle a little bit, so he missed it entirely. But the rest of you, sorry, Tully, roll me the damage, please. All right, with a loud thump, like the loud crackling sound coming out from Tully's Tali's weapon. You guys, along with the firebolt, managed to cut off in the vines entirely. Actually, 30. Yeah, that's more than enough. You managed to cut off the vines entirely, and you heard a loud, painful scream coming out from the chairs right on this one. It's like, no! And yeah, you.
I think. Yep, that definitely did something.
Yeah, and this is the moment where you heard, the sound coming out from the chair, and something breaks off from the chairs and turns towards you. When it turns, you can see that on this one, the half mist form is actually now half solidified. You would assume that once the ritual is complete, the entire mist form should be solidified as one hefty kind of looking structure. But since the ritual didn't even go halfway, it has been done about a third of the way. So most of the black mist is still oozing out from the body. And I'm gonna click on this one. Still oozing out from the body. It's heavily damaged. You can see that the oozing blood, it's like the foam is kind of coming out from its body. And yeah, before you guys see two faces, like I said before. The one half is Flash, the other half was your old friend Suits, and now the face kind of formed into long jagged shape of mask, and it doesn't look like both of them together anymore. However, you do see like glimpses and pieces of each other's features, like the Quickling Flash has really long noses and weird shaped head, and that all you can tell the details from this being, the Painbinder. And he is not in his best shape. He will look at you guys and just like, Thaudius, you promised! And he will move forward. You guys look around. You don't see anyone else inside the temple. Inside the dome. So yeah, the voice echoed, but no one come forth. So Flash will just says, "Fine, I'll do this myself." And you guys can all roll initiative. Initiative time. Remember to click on your token.
Yeah.
Nice. Painbinder.
I shouted him to say, I don't know how much of Suits is really in there, whatever you are, but we're not letting you pervert what's left of his memory like this.
Oh, you mean your friends? I've done using him. His corpse is just right there. And he kind of points towards the direction. Limerick. Then you guys see. You guys can't really see, but you guys see like kind of a hand dropping out from the side of the chair. The chair is facing this end, so you guys can see who is on it. But judging by the the furs on the hand, you would assume it's Suits.
Shoot.
Yep.
Oh, hell no.
All right. Riviani, you're up.
Okay, right. Right, cool. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, I sort of shout to. Is it limerick or lyric?
Limerick.
Right. I shout to limerick as I cast haste on him. So
Oh, nice.
limerick, go get this clown, and I will cast haste on him to
All right.
boost his
Nice.
speed.
And he will reply with my pleasure. And yeah, he will be hasted right now. Nice.
And
So-
in the meantime, and while I'm doing that, Charlotte will move forward into melee range with him, with this whatever this thing is.
It's called the pain binder, like you guys said.
Sorry,
before.
pain.
Yeah, it's okay.
Move in range with the pain binder.
Yeah. That will be a miss, sadly. Sorry, the second one will be a miss. The first one is definitely a hit. However,
Yes.
As Charlotte bites down, you don't think that he's taking as much of the damage as it should be. And for the poison, you don't think it's affecting.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Yeah, I will. At that point, I will be backing up against the wall to get a bit more distance from this thing, and I will let the others take it away.
Alright. And you should roll a 1d20 before you finish your turn.
Yep. 2.
So close! So close. But anyway, nothing really happens. Lately, you've been keeping your wild magic in check. So yeah. Limerick,
Indeed.
at this moment, will use... hold on. So it's a +2 on his status. That will give him... So... He will... Sorry, I need the calculation. +2, right? So that will be a 21. And he will use his bonus action to activate Blaze Song. You see, he kind of hums in a really harmonious tune, and his blade are gradually glowing, and the double-bladed scimitar is now sheathed in a bright kind of magical aura that surrounds it. And that grants him... Sorry, I'll need to make something.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry. Just a little bit cough. Should be
Alright.
fine. Sorry, I'm just looking at the status because it's like there's a bit of fine tuning. So, alright, so +4. Okay. Alright, nice. So that will be a 25. Nice. He will charge in and use his blade to strike. So the first strike. Ooh, nice. So 20. And he will also build in the booming blade, so that if the enemy moves, yeah, 28 points of damage. So you see the thunderous blade kind of sinks into the part where the painbiter is solidified, and it deals a mass chunk of damage towards it. Alright. Nice.
Nice.
And however, it doesn't seem to squeal in pain, as it just laughing and just kind of really doesn't seem to care. That will be the end of Limerick's turn, and now the Painbinder's turn. Painbinder is gonna look towards Tali and Riviani, and he will take the damage, and he will try to move forward towards his half solidified form will move towards here and tries to take on both Tali and Riviani. So let's see. However, because he moved, he will take 5 more points of damage due to the booming blade. Alright, but he will use his 2 attacks on Riviani. Sorry, Riviani and Tali. Let's see. That's a hit. That's a hit. So you both are hit, and it takes lesser damage than you expected. For Tali, you take 5 points of necrotic damage. For Riviani, sorry, go ahead.
I'll uncanny dodge it to drop it to it's 5, you say, so
yes.
half to 3 or 2?
That will be 3 because it's like sorry, it's rounded. It's rounded down, so it's 2. For Riviani, you take 4 points of necrotic damage.
How much?
4 points. That's it.
4 points.
Yeah. However, as you take the necrotic damage, you do feel the pain of it eating through your stamina. Your HP, the maximum HP is reduced to by 4 points. So you will need for it to recover. You'll need to go through a long rest in order to gain it back. But now your maximum HP is reduced by 4 points. The Painbinder seems really upset about this result. He's like, I will find you and I will kill you. Yep. That will be the end of Hit's turn. Tali, you're up. What would you like to do?
Can I get around to the other side to flank with Limerick?
Sure. You can try to move around because he's a huge pile of mist, so it's fairly easy. Go ahead. Roll for the attack with advantage. Nice, that's a crit. So the blade sinks in. It sinks in deep, and with the advantage you have sneak attack bonus. That also sorry. Wow, that's a 30. That's a total of 61 points of damage. Holy shit.
Holy crap.
Nice. So the blade sinks in deep, and you
Rogues, am I right?
Yeah. Powerful. So the blade sinks in deep as the loud clearing thunderous sound kind of echoes inside this dome and kind of cracks open a really large chunk of the Painbinder's body. However, as your blade sinks in, okay, interesting. Yeah, as the blade sinks in, The pain biter. Oh no, no, he
Yeah,
didn't. He didn't.
I'm about
do
to eat
anything.
shit. So.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. No, you would assume something would have happened, but let's see. Yeah, he didn't. You don't. You waited for a moment, but you only heard curses and loud yellings, and nothing really happens.
Yeah, Tally just kind of stands there in shock. She was fully expected to be knocked flat by that, and
Yeah.
is just like, wait.
Yeah, nothing really happens. Is that all? Do you still use your bonus action, or?
She'll use the second one to attack.
All right, go ahead. That's also a hit. Roll me the damage. All right.
So just the 11 thunder.
Yeah, and then the sneak attack because of advantage. Okay. Yeah. Nothing has happened yet. 28. Nice. So the blade sinks in again, cutting off another large chunk of the the body of the pain binder, and yeah. Is that all?
Yep, she's gonna stand there in shock because she doesn't want to disengage and is kind of like, why didn't that hurt me? I fully expected to die.
That would be the end of your turn. This is the part where Flash was too disturbed during the ritual, so he forgot to do something in advance. Shit. As a DM, I said shit. All right, but what's done is done. He's too dwelled in his own ritual, but now it's Riviani's turn. Riviani, what would you like to do?
Let's see. Okay, right. I'm not in the range that I can be hit by attacks opportunity yet, right?
Oh, right. Before you do anything, so at the end of Tully's turn, sorry, almost forgot. That is when it happens. At the end of Tully's turn, the pain binder kind of points its half solidified finger towards Tully, and as the finger points towards you, Tully, you feel the markings, burns inside of your shoulder, and you see on top of your shoulder, there's a kind of a strange carving on top of it. It etched onto it, and it burns constantly. You are now marked. That is the right sequence of what happens. You're now marked. All right. So that will be the legendary action. Sorry, Riviani, your turn. Go on.
Okay. Right. Right. I'm moving away this way.
Remind you are still in his,
I am?
Yeah. He did attack you, last turn. So he's got to, reach.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm in that case I'm gonna use my bonus action to Misty Step away from him.
Alright.
Out of his reach.
Nice.
And actually is the throne still intact, by the way?
The vines are broken, but the chairs are still there. The chairs are still sitting. Oh, by the way, when you misty step towards the direction, you can finally see Suit's body. You can see your friend. His gesture is surprisingly rather peaceful. Like his last moment, he didn't suffer much, and you see his body laying down on the chair, just kind of like taking a nap, but you know deep down that he is gone for good.
Yeah, but a bunch, a whole bunch of mixed emotions, or sort of like start to sort of flitter on my face before I refocus, and I'm actually going to cast animate objects on the chairs,
All right.
except for the one Suits is on.
Okay. Okay. Actually, okay. Let's see. That's interesting. All right. So you cast animated object onto the throne chairs. So this one actually, because they're all large objects, they are like fairly huge. This one turns into a large, kind of like chunky kind of construct made by pure stone. This one, however, it seems to be like locked onto the floor and it just won't budge. And with a closer look, you can tell that all three chairs, this one, the one that the old guardian is sitting on, is actually the supposed to be in here kind of status. So what that means is the other two seems fairly recent, and the carvings are different, and the structures are crude on the outside, and they don't have any kind of patterns on top of them. So they are rush made stone chairs just for some devious purposes. However, the chair the old guardian is sitting on is different. It have fine carvings on top of it, as elvish writings on the side, and all those patterns looks towards elvish style, and you don't think your magic can make it animate. Yeah.
So you're saying like all the chairs are like rooted in place?
No, only the one that the old guardian is sitting in.
Oh, okay.
The other two are, like I said, are newly made.
Right, okay.
Yeah, just so.
Right, okay, yeah.
But you managed to get one large, construct up. So that is something.
Right. Yeah, so I shout at the guy, "Hey, Payminder, why don't you take a seat?" As I direct the constructs to go after him.
All right. So the construct will go this way, and to the side. And what are the stats of the? Sorry, I'm just gonna look it up. And
yeah, there's
object. Let's see. Noise. Animating.
You said are they large or medium?
It's large. It's a large.
Yeah,
chair.
Large is large. Each large one would be 50 HP, AC 10.
Nice.
Attack modifier +6 to hit.
Yeah.
2d10 +2 damage. Strength 14, Dex 10.
All right. Do you want it to make an attack or just straight up attack?
Yeah, well,
all right.
Yeah, it's just straight up attack.
Roll me 1d20 +6 because it has +6 to hit. Ooh. That is
nice.
a hit. That is a hit. All right. So the fist kind of sinks into the pinbinder's face. Actually, roll me the damage. Nice. Okay. Ooh, nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, you do think that the damage is not as severe as it seems, as the stone like kind of hits onto partially unsolidified mist, and yeah. However, it does deal some damage, no doubt. All right.
All right, and then Charlotte will move into to
Follow up.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Swing. Bala bala. Okay. Oh, by the way, as the anime object kind of hits, oh, nothing. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I was like, wait, he hasn't done it yet. Yeah, the rules. All right. So the first attack miss. The second one definitely a hit. However, like I said before, it still doesn't do as much, but that leaves some mark on top of it.
All right.
Shit, I forgot to do it. Damn it. Yeah, anyway, it's my bad. So,
That's no problem.
is that it?
That's going to be my turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Before you end your turn, I'll need you to roll 1d20 for me. Because you use Misty Step
that's right.
and animated object. So two separate d20 rolls. All right.
All right, we're good.
Nope, we're good. All right, that will be the end of your turn. By the end of your turn, Riviani, the Painbiter is gonna use his legendary action to point at you, Riviani, and then just says, "I'll mark you for next." And you feel also the same burn Tully once felt just a few seconds ago, and etched onto your shoulder, and it's now stuck. Yep, you're now marked as well.
Oh dear.
Limerick is gonna swirl its blade for double strike. So those. So 2 attacks, both hits. The damage, yeah, kind of sinks in. The blade kind of like, nice. It's a lot of hit.
Good to that's good to hear.
Yeah. So +2 dex, yeah. So 18. 61. Nice. So the blade kind of swirls left and right, cuts off large chunk of, solidified mist. As there's one interesting part. As the solidified mist was cut off from the body of the Painbinder, it kind of dissolves into a pile of really small pile of ash. Yeah. And that will be it for Limerick. He did 2 attacks, and yeah, he will save his other stuff for later. But for now, he is good. By the end of the turn, the Painbiter points its finger towards Limerick, and you see Limerick also gets a burn on his shoulder, and he is also marked. Now will be the Painbinder's turn, actually. It will be the Painbinder's turn. Alright, on his turn, he will, let's see, hold on, I need to find the, damn it, where is the spell? Alright, on his turn, let's see. He will look at Limerick, actually, and you all see. Hold on, let's see. Limerick needs to make a saving throw first. Nope. That's a fail. +4, still a fail. So you all see Limerick kind of suddenly holds his skull like with both of his hand and just kind of screams in pain as he suffered from psychic damage of the spell. And damn, that's a lot. So D8, let's see. Holy shit. Third, fourth. So shit. He takes a large chunk of damage. Like the mind blast definitely did a number on him.
Oh no.
Yep. He couldn't barely stand. Yeah. And he will try to move away from you guys right now. Let's see. Yep, he will try to move from here to there. Move away. You can try to make opportunity attack if you want. Just Tolly and Limerick and
Sure.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yep.
And your object. Actually, everyone is except you, Riviani.
Yep.
All right. Nice. That's a hit. That's a hit. All right. That Riviani can continue to roll because that's a hit. Limerick will try his best. Yep, that's also a hit. All right, everyone hits. Nice. So, this is where it gets interesting. So 20. That's a total of 14 plus 7. Holy shit! Sneak attack applies. So 28, 30, 47, 47 halved. So 47. No, sorry. 51, 51, 67, 69. All right. 69 points of damage. He takes it. However, everyone else, holy shit, this is gonna wipe you guys out. Oh no, it is halved. However, 61 points of damage halved, so that means 30 points of damage to all three of you. Oh no, sorry, a third because it's divided. Sorry, 20 points of damage to all three of you. 60, yeah, 20 points of damage to everyone, including Limerick. So that will be shit. He's not looking good. All right, Riviani, you also take 20 points of damage. Yep.
Does my construct share some of that?
It shares half of it, so you only take 10.
Right.
But
yeah, okay.
You know, Charlotte takes 10 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, he marked all three of you, or else it will be divided by 2. It's like it's divided by numbers. So the more he marks, the lesser each one of you takes. Yeah, it hurts still, nonetheless.
Yeah.
All right, and he will use his bonus action. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Spills. I don't think he can cast anything else. He does have something. Nope, he will save it for later. That's it for him. So, Tully, your turn. What would you like to do?
I'll look to the others. Should I hit him? How? I don't want to hurt you guys.
It's so, it's okay. We'll power through it somehow.
All right, don't you dare die. So I'll charge him.
All right, go for it. Charge forward. Do your thing. Roll for the attack.
I'm so sorry.
It's a hit. No sneak attack though. 13 points of damage. That's a hit. So the blade sinks in. He smiles, and the damage is divided to all three of you. So that means 13 divided by 3, so 4 points each. Limerick takes another 4 points. He's looking pale, but he will stand. Tolly, you as well. So, and Riviani, you as well. So,
yep,
that hurts. All right, but he is looking terrible right now.
Okay, and I'm gonna stay in his face, so that's me done.
All right. Do you use your bonus action to do anything, or?
How bad does Limerick look?
He looks pale, just like paler than usual. Sorry, there's no such word, paler.
Yeah,
What am I talking about? They're more pale than usual. Yes. Sorry.
As long as he's not on deck.
Go ahead. Holy shit, nice. So the attack sinks in as the blade just kind of bursts out of the thunder smite. It cuts off another large chunk of the, Painbinder's body. However, it does also inflicted you with the same amount of damage. So divided by 3, that will be 6 points of damage to. 7 points of damage to each. 7 points? Yeah, 6 points. Sorry, 6 points. Round it down. 6 points. So 66. Yep, that hurts badly. Riviani, you as well. Oh, remember to divide it towards, Charlotte.
So how much is that? How
so
much more
6
is that
total, but 3 to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yep. Just remember to let your construct share your burden.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, we got it.
Cool. That will be the end of Tully's turn. Now will be Riviani's turn. Riviani, you're up. You see the Painbinder still standing. He doesn't look good either, but he's still standing. What would you like to do?
Right. Let's see. I'm going to create a chromatic orb containing thunderous energy, and I will throw it at the Painbinder with a 4th level spell slot.
Nice. Let's see. 4th level spell slot. Go ahead, do your thing. Nice. That's a hit. Roll for damage. Alright, nice. 20, 35. 35 points of damage. Nice. So the chromatic orb burst out a streak of lightning inside the Painbinder's chest. As he squeezed, he shared his burden towards all of you. So you 35 divided by 3, that will be 11 points of damage. Yeah, 11. Run it down. Yeah, 11. 11 points of damage to all 3 of you. 77. Shit. Alright. Tolly. Yeah. Riviani. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, cool.
And Charlotte will go after him as well.
Alright, go for it. Charlotte, do your thing. Alright. 8 points of slashing damage. Nice. It's not so much, so everyone takes 1 point of damage. Since it's rounded down, and yeah. Alright. He is still standing, but not looking good right now.
Yeah, and I will direct my I also direct the chair construct to
bludge, to hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Give him a chair.
Yeah.
Go for it. That will be a miss, sadly.
No, that's a miss.
Yep.
All right, and that will be my turn then. In that case.
Before you end, 1d20 please, and let's see the results.
No.
All right. Nope. Nothing. And as of this turn. Sorry, the chair will go here. Smack. Yeah, since it's nothing. Okay, how long does animated object last? Just wondering. Oh, up to a minute. It's a concentration spell. Interesting. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, concentration.
Oh, if that's the case, then you will drop Limerick's haste, because haste is also a concentration spell. It's all right. I'll rule that you already dropped haste, so it's fine.
Right. Yeah, that means he'll suffer the sort of temporary fatigue from that.
Yeah, I will say that this turn is where he suffers. Sorry, I forgot.
That's no problem.
Yeah, he will spend his turn dwelled in his fatigue, and before you end your turn, Riviani, Painbinder is gonna put his hand on himself, and you see that his shape diminishes and into nothing. He is invisible right now. So any attack against him will have disadvantage unless you have something you can see in the shadows. As Limerick ends his turn, the Painbinder also uses legendary action. You don't know what he does, but yeah, he did something. That will be the end of Limerick's turn. Painbinder shows up. He will move towards here, and let's see. You guys can, all 3 of you that are standing near him can sense his leaving, so you can do opportunity attack with disadvantage because you can't see where he is. Go for it. Roll for attack. Or roll for damage, sorry. That's definitely a hit.
But a disadvantage there?
Oh, sorry. Disadvantage. Oh, sorry. My bad.
Is it disadvantage?
Yeah, it's a disadvantage. I only see the 19. No, it's not a hit. So, yeah, Charlotte actually hits. With a 21, still hits. The animated object? Give him 2 rolls, so we'll see. Riviani?
Me?
Yeah. The animated object is also near.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Roll 2d20, please. Another one. So actually, you don't need to roll another one because this is a fail. So yeah. Yeah, that's a miss. And the only thing landed is Charlotte's razor sharp legs cuts into the mist. Not so much of a damage, but all three of you takes 3. I think it's 1 point of damage. Yeah, round it down. Yeah, all three of you takes 1 point of damage. It's all right, not that much. And this is where the pain binder shows up. Let's see. What will he do? Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright. So, let's see. You guys, I need everyone of you makes an intelligence save.
Oh dear.
Yep. Not good.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
So Charlotte, how high of intelligence is Charlotte? Let's see.
Just a 10.
All right. She also needs to make a intelligence save. Oh, she makes it. Nice. For the animated object, though, its intelligence are 3. So roll me an 1d20 minus shit. I don't know how much it minus. Let's see. Hold on. I think I have the player's handbook. With a 3, that will be
-4, I think.
Yeah, -4. So 12.
Well, that's a nat 20.
Yeah, nat 20. Sadly, it's a fail.
God dang.
Yeah, no, it's still a fail. Even though nat 20, but you know the end result determines it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hold on. It's a nat 20 -4. 16. 16 actually makes it. All right. Just barely. Even an intelligence 3. No, just dice roll. All right. So, those of you who failed, including, well, just you two. Sorry, Limerick needs to make it. Sorry, I was too hyped about talking. Wasn't fully aware. Let's see. Wisdom save. He makes it. All right. So, Riviani and Tully. Let's see. Holy shit. You guys failed. So. You guys all take 25 points of psychic damage.
I'm out.
Yep. That hurts.
That's exactly how much health I had left, actually.
You can share the damage to... Oh, right, psychic. You can't. Yeah, that's the only damage you cannot transfer because it's psychic. Yep.
Oof.
Yep. You guys are all down, and so both of you are lying on the floor, unconscious. Ding. Ding. All right, that will be the end of the pen binder's turn. Now it'll be Tully's turn. Tully, roll me a death save. Alright, you make it. So your breathing is a little bit better. And for Riviani, death save, please.
Oh no.
That will be 2 failures because it's a nat 1. Damn. Just yeah. Your breathing gets messier and your body kind of like slipping into the deep end. That'll be the end of your turn. Charlotte, since it has no commands coming out from you, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, he will just stay there because there's no command. The animated object, once you lose your focus, it's no longer an construct anymore. It returns into a chair and just stays there. Sorry. Limerick, thank God he is not subdued at this moment, so he will try to what spells can he use? Let's see. He doesn't have that much. Hold on, this will be your last straw. This will be the last straw. Let's see. Okay. Healing. Oh, actually, he has this. Is it a Spirit Guardian? No. I think he has this. Wait, what is the spell? Hold on a second because I just need to find the spell right now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So for you guys feel as you guys are laying on the ground, Limerick kind of hums in a fine tune as he's aimed for all of his comrade, and sadly none of you are conscious enough to see it, but like light beams coming out from his palm and shoots directly towards you two. You feel the energy pumps back into your body, and let's see. Slash roll. Alright. You all feel rejuvenated as 15 hit points are restored into your body. Yep. Alright. So it is not much, but this is about as much as you can. So you guys are all regained conscious. Tully, you are now conscious again, but you guys are all now prone on the floor. Sorry. Prone. Floor. All right. So, but that is also where Limerick kind of 62. That is also the end of Limerick's turn. However, he will move forward to the pain binder and stands right in front of him, and yeah, that will be the end of his turn. All right. Painbinder is gonna look at all of you. Since he casts a spell, his concentration on, his he dropped his focus on the invisibility, and he looks at Limerick and just says, "Out of my way." And he will stares into his soul and try to grasp onto. You see the smoke kind of tries to find any possible hole. Like, this is a horrifying sight. He disperses himself into the originated form of smoke and tries to go inside of Limerick in order to do God knows what, but it's nothing good for sure. And Limerick will have to make 2 saving throws. So the first one, he still has advantage on. That is good. That is good. He managed to. Alright. He suffers some form of damage. You guys can't tell what it is because it's all part of the psyche. But you do know that he still takes a lot more than before. He is still standing, but just barely. And the smoke kind of reforms into the painbinder's form, and you don't know if it's your imaginations or what, but he seems more solidified after using this. Alright, that will be the end of the painbinder's turn. He will just stay there. Tully, you're up. You're now on the floor, panting, but you're still alive. What would you like to do?
I will stand up.
Alright, use half of your movement to stand up.
Is it possible, like, he's in the edge of the room, can I flank it all with Limerick, or?
He's on the edge of the room. You know what? If you move forward to this spot, I will say you have flanking, because he's on the back of the room. If you move forward to this part, this end or this end, both sides, so you will
I'll go there
have advantage.
and take a hit.
You still have your potion. You can still use them, or, well, it's up to you guys. So not unconscious anymore. Still. So you decided to take a swing?
Yeah. How healthy does Limerick look?
Limerick is looking more pale than usual. He is still standing. Yeah, but that's about it.
On my way past, can I give him my healing potion and just hand it to him and be like, I'm so.
Limerick will say to you, just keep it and use it when it counts. Yeah.
I'll go for a hit because I'm expecting to pass.
All right, go for it. That's a miss. Let's see. All right, that's a hit. With the sneak attack, the blade sinks in to the body of 29 total. All right. Oh, that was so close. Damn it. Yeah. So, as the blade sinks in, the 2 extruding part of your blade kind of booms. Huh. Okay. Yeah. So the blade sinks in, and you guys take 30. You guys take 9 points of damage. Yeah. And 9 points. So Riviani, did you? Okay. You can transfer the damage.
Yeah.
Like I said, remember.
Already doing
9 points. 79. Not looking well. Yeah. The blade sinks in. The large bottom half of the paint binder has been cut off, but he is still standing. that will be the end of your turn, right, Tully?
Yeah, that's me done.
Yep. At the end of the turn, Painbinder will try another ploy on Limerick, using his legendary action. Barely makes it. Okay, he makes it. This time the smoke tried to seeps into any possible, wounds or opening into his body, but is like being propelled away by the force of, Limerick. Riviani, you're up. You guys are on your last legs. The situation looks horrible, and what would you like to do? He is not looking well.
If I have any healing potions left, I'm gonna use one on myself.
All right. Go for it.
All right.
That will be a bonus action on drinking it, so you still have your action to do what you want.
All right. Which ones do we still have left?
I think it's in the bag of holding. It's in you guys' bag of holding. Let's see. Bag of holding.
Yeah, I used one of the greater healing ones.
All right, so you now are down to 3 of them.
Yeah.
14. All right. Nice. So you feel the power kind of seeps into your body, making you feel slightly better than before. All right. Go ahead. So what would you like to do with your action?
Yeah. As I sort of walk a bit closer, I'm actually going to use up my other 5th level spell slots, and I will use that to fire a barrage of magic missiles at him.
All right, cool. Go ahead. Roll for the attack. Nice. Nice. 22. Nice. The swarming magic missile. Oh, that actually makes it. How would you like to do this?
Hey!
Yay!
Oh, okay. Yeah. In that case, I sort of raise my hands in the sky, and I basically basically coalesce my power into one big ass magic missile, and just as I just as I throw it at him, I yell, "Impersonate this!" and I throw it at him.
Nice. So all those magic missiles form a gigantic bolt of magic missile, just slams like a hammer just right into his face as Riviani yelled, "Impersonate this!" and all those magic arcana power just kind of bursts right in front of his face, causing him to disperse into a pile of wavering black smoke, and then reduced to ashes as his last words are "Plah!" Yeah, because he couldn't say anything because the magic missile slams onto his face. And he couldn't even get a proper last word before he perished. The magic missile reduced him into ashes. You guys are now in the clear. Nice.
Okay.
It's a harsh battle. It's a really harsh battle, but you guys make it.
We did it.
Yeah. All right. So, as you guys did it, sadly, because of the magic, before he left, you guys still, let's see, divided by 3, so 7. So, Tali, you went into unconsciousness.
Good night.
Yeah, good night, guys. And for Limerick, he is on his very last leg. He has only 9 hit points left. Yeah, still, a win is a win. Tali drops to see the painbinder got kicked in the buttocks. All right.
Tali just gets like a Riviani and then just smacks into the ground.
Oh no!
Yeah, Limerick's like, anything left? Whew. Actually, yeah, he will.
I think I might overdid that last one.
It's okay. It's the result that matters. Limerick will walk towards Tali and put his hands on her shoulder. By the way, once the paintbinders dispersed and killed, the markings on your shoulders are gone. There's still stinging like sensation that reminds you that he once marked you guys, but yeah, now it's all over finally. And the Limerick put his hand onto Tali's shoulder. Let's see, how much is a cure wound? Let's see. All right. Since he barely used any of his spell slots, he's gonna use a 4th level one. So that would be 2d8, 3d8, 4d8 plus 4 slash roll plus 4. All right. You get 15, another 15 hit points back. Nice. You were just on the ground, unconscious, thinking, "Oh, I can finally get some rest," and then you are back. Yeah. All right.
I just kind of clap Limerick's hand while I'm just staying on the ground. I'm just staying down, like, thank you.
Yeah. Face in the dirt and mud, and just like, fine, I'll be here. Yeah, so you guys are like okay for now, so that gives you more time to look around, Riviani. You saw that when you animated one of the animated object, the chair, something actually dropped from the chair to the ground, and you now can finally get a better look. It is a tiny quickling body that is kind of like depleted. As I say depleted, it's like life has been drained from every part of it. There are 2 open wounds on his chest and its back, but his body doesn't have any blood, as if someone sucked it dry. You assume that whoever performs the ritual kind of just, do it in a really gruesome way. And they went through a lot of trouble just to bring Flash back to attack you guys. Yeah. And yeah, this is the moment for a moment of peace and quietness. A kind of a shimmering portal kind of opens up from this side. The purplish like hue kind of lightens up the area as one hooded figure steps out of the portal.
I'm like giving the body like a gentle kick just to just to make sure it's not moving again.
All right, so
Sort of getting like this distasteful face.
all right, cool. So someone just appeared right here. All right. So for Riviani, as you kicked to the body, you notice that everyone actually noticed that a portal has been opened, and there's one hooded figure just steps outside of the portal. What would you guys like to do?
Well, yeah, I turned to the. I sort of yeah. As I turn towards the portal and the figure coming out of it, I sort of hold my hands up in a defensive posture, sort of expecting another fight.
Wave of attack. Yes.
Yeah.
However, as you raise your
Tali's
hand,
gonna stand up.
yeah, yeah, not gonna lie on the ground anymore. Limerick also put his weapon forth, and he doesn't even have time to heal himself. But yeah, if matters comes to hand, he sure will give it a fight. As of this moment, the hooded figure immediately dispersed the portal as if someone is right behind it. And it just kind of walks forward and says, "I don't have much time. You'll need to get to the castle at once."
First of all, who are you? We're kind of trying to get to the castle anyways, but who are you again? Who are you?
The hooded figure, as you keeps on asking, it kind of gives it kind of pause for a really long moment. In that silenceness, Riviani, you couldn't help but figure out more details that the comforting scent that she gives, the hooded figure gives out, the familiar tone of the voice that it gives out, and the outcut, how it looks on the outside kind of gives you a sense of familiarness, and the hooded figure paused for a really long moment and then just says, "I guess the truth has to come out one way or another." And it just puts down its hood. Riviani, standing right in front of you is your very image of your mother. It is Rosemary Mycroft. She has the exact, description as your master describes her, which I don't think you have ever put it in the description, right? Have you? Because I saw a few. Well, I checked your backstory, but I don't think I've ever read anything about what she looks like, right? Nope. Do you have an image in your mind that you would want to describe her?
I don't think I ever got around to getting like a good reference.
It's okay. Then I'll just say this, if you don't mind. I'll just describe her for you. So she has like reddish hair. Like unlike yours is more like a freestyle and an like embracement of your wild magic and your cheerful personality. Hers is like curly, like long reddish hair, like almost like fire like, and her eyes, you see very closely that she and you possess the same pupil and like eyes. The colors are the same, are identical, and her face is more mature, like in a way. She looks no more than a woman in her 30s. Like just on the outside, she looked extremely young, younger than you would ever possibly imagine for someone who has been, according to record, lived for a few hundred years. And she's a human. As long as you remember, as long as your master remember, she is pure human. So, she doesn't seem to have aged a day. She wore really long, like furred, kind of white coats that depicts her, slender figure, and she is holding a large staff onto one of her hand, and it is a staff that looks like kind of transparent in its nature, but if you look deeper, you will see like there's a large pearl on top of the staff. Yeah, and she just looks at you. Well, everyone, but mostly you, Riviani.
Tally's just sitting back down. She's looking seeing double and just being like, nope, my head still hurts.
Yeah.
Down.
She sees it's someone that is kind of friendly, then she's like, okay, that's it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Limerick is like, you guys look awfully, identical. Despite the hair and other stuff. But are you guys related? Is this your friend, Riviani?
At this point, the world around me kind of sort of like tunes out as I step shakily towards her, sort of like in just sort of like this just almost petrifying shock as I'm actually looking at, so as Riviani is actually looking at her mother in the flesh for the first time, and as she sort of gets close enough, she sort of starts going like, but this is just a dream, right? I must have hit my head. I sort of reach out to try and touch her to see if she's actually real or not.
She doesn't seem to be hyped or like very emotional. She just stands there as you try to approach her and try to touch her. She just extend her left hand and just like for you to feel the feel.
And when I actually when I actually feel a physical presence there, I sort of start to tear up as though as as I as I grab her hand and just sort of fall to my knees and
Yeah.
Can-
Go ahead.
you're you're here. You're actually here. You but how?
Yes, I'm here, my child. She says calmly, not a bit emotional. Some might claim even a little bit cold at this point. But she continues on saying, I'm here because I need to be. And you guys are here for the same thing. You need to put an end to all this. That's why I'm here.
And Tali's gonna be like, "Yep, that's cool.
But
But
I have so many
maybe
questions.
be nice to your daughter."
She just looks at you and just like, I am. She doesn't say. As the conversation goes on, Tali, you can roll for an insight check to see if she's actually being cold. Like actually intentionally being mean. With your insight check, you found that she is overwhelmingly calm and collected. And it is like almost to a point of robotic. Like she did all the gestures right, but you can't feel the same enthusiasm as Riviani. You know, for someone who has met their daughter, well, slash mother, for such a long time, and for on one side who assumed she's been dead for a long time, she is just really, really calm, and to a point that it's almost weird.
Yeah, there is immediate mistrust from Tali, who's very used to families being overly affectionate.
Yeah, and Rosemary, Riviani's mother, is kind of like, I'm here because we all have a mission to accomplish. And in order to do that, you will need to defeat him. My mentor.
Your mentor.
Yes.
I don't understand. Like, it's you. It's been so many years, but
longer than you would
look like
ever imagine, my child.
But you don't look like you've you look like you've barely aged. I have so many questions.
And I will answer them. But first of all, we need to find a safer place. Well, actually, she kind of waves her hand, and you see, and kind of an invisible doorway kind of opens up, and it's like this weird sensation that everything else around it, there's emptiness, like but in the middle of nowhere just opens up a door that leads a staircase inside, and she just like for the first time shows her emotion, which is a sense of urgency, and she is like she keeps on staring at the corner of the entire of where she came from, and she keeps on looking on to one of her bracelet on her wrist, on her right hand, and then she sees something on her bracelet. You don't exactly know what it is, because it's kind of weird and beyond anything you've ever seen before. But she was like finally showing first time emotion, and that is urgency. And she just like, we need to get into the portal now. We need to get inside now. I will answer the questions later, but for now, we need to go.
Okay. Okay. I sort of just like stumbling forward, still in blue screen level of shock.
Yeah. She kind of helps you to stand up steadily, and just moves you inside the portal, the doorway, as well as Limerick will help Tolly get up, and all of you guys kind of goes inside of this invisible doorway. As you all get inside, you see like Rosemary kind of waves her hand, and the doorway closes entirely, and you guys are now inside an interior of a kind of a really magnificent mansion. I think the name kind of says for itself. And Rosemary kind of waves one hand, and you guys move immediately from standing in a long hallway into inside of a kind of a living room kind of state, and you guys are all be seated by the chairs, and she just kind of sits down, and with a snap of a finger, teas and biscuits coming out from the center of the table, and you guys are all just served immediately. And then she was like, she sits right next to you, Riviani, and she was like, now, where were we? Oh yes, how I am still alive. She said everything. Like once she's inside, she said everything in a monotone, like just really calm and collected. And she just continues on saying, I am still alive because the curse of my master. The story, it's a really long one. When I was back inside Lux, I was a promising rising star, if I do say so myself, of the arcane practice, and that all thanks to partially my gift, of course, partially my mentor's guidance. His name is Alaric Neward. I will present it to you. I'm only gonna say this once because he is on the verge of some sort of a breakthrough that would notice us if we declare his name out loud. Alright. And then she just goes on saying and says, for many years I've studied underneath him. learning everything I can and trusted him with everything I've got. And then I realized he was after something else, something horrible. He is an archmage, not bounded by mere mortal flesh, seeking for another way. Instead of, like all the others, turning into a lich, he decided to go find and become the greatest living species. Not a god, but more like the most powerful and most immortal living, unbounded. So he began his quest. He began his search. His research has led him to believe that he can build one. He can build a body of his own. And that is where I come in. Well, that is why you were born, Riviani. The union was not a pleasant one, but foolish as I was, I trusted him with everything, like I said, and that is the reason why I can let him have you. To build in his theory, to build a perfect body, he will need the essence of the wild magic in order to give the newer body a source of energy to draw upon and to maintain that kind of immortalness. And he you see Rosemary hesitate when said about unions and all that stuff. She seems like she's talking about someone else's business, which is horrible, because you can tell by the story, by her words, that how she is disdained by by her mistakes, but she doesn't show any ounce of emotion. That's the worst part. And then she continues on saying, but this is where she finally shows a sign of anger, a struggle, and she just continues on saying, I knew he will come for you, and that's why I sent you away. And
sent me away?
Yes. All those mundane, of your mundane father. The story you were told, the family that took you in, was all a front. I know I need to hide you somewhere that he can't find you. And he cannot use you. But I was wrong. He knew it all along, from the beginning. You do recall receiving a message. She turns towards you, Tali, at this point, and Du says, Tali Liaden, you do recall receiving a message from an unknown personnel that drove you into this path, right?
It was a strange one for sure, yeah.
That was him. He had his hand in this game, plays you guys like a pawn for so long. Remember the time where, well, there's too much to begin with. Remember your so-called good friend Vandenar Willington? Yes, that was him too. You guys recall the name by the one that tries to kill Tolly for some reason, just by frozen her in place, but on the last part just kind of gives up for no reason.
Yeah, Tally's just got a frowny face. She's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. And she turns towards you and just Riviani and just says, "Remember the House of Mulligan, the Grand Knight, the opening, the wizard that goes and travels anywhere like a carnival? That was him too.
At this point, I'm sort of like I had like head in my hands or going, but I remember having a childhood. What?
You do.
Didn't I?
You do. But the childhood is... There is something called fabric memories. In order to keep you away, you can't know anything, and I mean any truth about me, about what happened. You were sent away immediately, and then the memories are programmed for a few rounds. However, you do still have partial memory that is correct about the father that kicked you out, about your master, which is someone I trusted with my life. That is why those memories guide you towards him. That is why he took you in. And that is why he sent you on this path, because I tell him to.
So the accident I hated myself for all this time didn't even happen.
No.
I just sort of like put my hands over my face for like a good minute as this sort of like sinks in, and just all this time I had thought that I was the reason you were gone, and I even had nightmares about it for the longest time.
Those are your memories fighting to come back. Those are replacement. Replacement won't last for so long. Will only go so much. As you grow stronger in power, your nature defies it. You are something different, Riviani. You are the very essence of the wild magic. That is why you were born.
And that's why this Alaric guy you're talking about wants to capture me?
Much worse. He wants to convert you. You see, the difficulty of finding a reliable power source was that everything we tried to drain from the mana, or so-called the magic, the weave, whatever you like to call it, it's constantly in flux. The power we gain becomes the power we release. There's always a balance in the nature. No matter how much we gain, as long as we're still mortal, the power flows through us. Yes, we are channels. Yes, but we are not storage for it. It flows through us, and that's about it. However, Alaric managed to find a way to encapture it without the boring needs of ascending to godhood. He finds a way to entrap those essence that is someone in a mortal's body. And then all he has to do is to transfer your essence into his newly built body. And when I mean transfer, I do mean transfer, not in a good way. Once it's done with his transfer, there will be nothing left for you. Not an ounce of you left. That is why I can't allow it.
This is all so much to take in.
Your friend, who suffers the same fate, they are all entraptions along this journey. They are all pawns, supposed to be used to facilitate you to come to here. But mistake does happen. That sometimes even the wisest one can't predict everything. So that is why I'm here. That is why I get to talk to you before he does. And that is why you'll win.
And I sort of look back up at her when she says win. Win?
Yes. Win. He doesn't know that you already know about your true nature. He did manipulate your friend, the paladin, to go on a path and to rise up on the throne. But little does he know that once he sat on the throne, he also opens up the channel for him, the sort of a backdoor ploy that finishes his journey halfway, though. Which means Alaric is now, his soul is now no longer can be killed. As long as your friend is still on the chair, is still the current god of death, well, the newly born god of death, his soul cannot be eliminated. But interesting thing is, he needs you for his mortal body to power him, so that his soul can join his body and become whole, become the perfect creature, the perfect species that he imagined, he pictured. But that leaves you a window.
A window to do what?
To become powerful yourself. She kind of sips the cup of tea and just looking at you, like a hawk looking at its prey. Like this is an intensified look that it is quite unpleasant. Not in a way of hostile, but more like when talking about this, she's like horrifyingly eager for you to do that.
I sort of shrink a bit and sort of fidget a bit.
She grabs onto your wrist and just says, "He will attempt the ritual once you get inside, and Thaudius will be there. Well, his apprentice, his another apprentice will be there. He will not harm you. Not so much for your friends though. But he will not harm you. He will need you in perfect shape. So you can, at the meantime, do as much damage as you can to him. I can't show my face. I can't assist you. All I can do for you are words, are informations. Because the moment I shows up, he will know something is wrong. And he will go the other way. So, I can't show up.
Not ever?
Once this is over, then yes, then I can. But before this ends, before Alaric New Word has been put down, I can't present myself in front of him. As she's saying this, you notice that she is kind of struggling, like really hard, to say her mentor's name, but she finally pushed that urge aside and just like, to do this, you need to become the bait. She looks at you eagerly and just says, do everything in your power to reduce his. I see you are well trained in magic. Throw every possible arcane power at him before he subdue you. He wouldn't dare to hurt you. He wouldn't dare to ruin his chance of becoming the perfect species. And once the transition is happening, this is where your friends come in. And the rest is up to you.
As I sort of look visibly uncomfortable with all this, I sort of like glance pleadingly at Tally.
Tally?
Sort of like trying to get a sense of what she's thinking in all of this.
Okay.
Well, Tally's just like, don't worry, little bird. We'll look after you no matter what. You'll be fine. We'll get you out. And he's like, I'm sorry though. I'm a little bit still hung up. Did you say our paladin became the god of death? Did I hear that right?
Yes. Oh, you guys didn't know.
He just disappeared. He just disappeared with his cat, and I've been looking for him for so long. He became the god of death.
Mordai the clown. Ooh. He is now forever a pawn. That's his choice. No one else's.
Yep.
That damn cat! I sort of spit bitterly.
Don't give the cat too much credit. Your friend has his decisions made a long time ago.
Well, to be fair, we've then kind of fought the god of death and lived, so we can do this. We'll be fine.
Don't underestimate Alaric. He may be weak right now due to the fact he's preparing for his transformation, but he was once an archmage. He was still powerful.
Magic is terrifying, and I do mean it. We won't underestimate him. But we will get Riviani out, success or not. She will survive and she will be fine.
That's what I hope. And Riviani, remember, once the transmutation happens, you need to cling on to your strongest thought. Do not let your mind drop guard at any given time. You'll need a will of steel, of diamonds even, to pull through the transmutation. In game term, you'll need something to fortify your mind. Yeah.
I sort of I sort of like hold up my finger with the ring of mind shielding upon it with sort of like a half-hearted chuckle, like, don't suppose the ring of mind shielding counts, does it? Doesn't it? Does it?
It does, but not strong enough.
Right. I get what you're saying. Like,
your staff will help. She kind of placed her hand on your staff, and
that's right. That's right. You left us. You left her for me, didn't you?
yes, that is the exact reason why I left the homunculi for you, and only you can wield it. And now it's time to unlock its true potential. And she gently placed her hand onto your staff, and as she placed her hand onto it, you can see the purplish light coming out from her palm just kind of surrounds the staff and kind of solidified it even more, like ruins carvings out of nowhere just starting to write itself on top of the staff, and just in a matter of minutes it is transformed into a larger quarterstaff, like and more solidified than ever, with purplish carving on like two sides of the body. Yeah. And she handed them to you and says, "This should help."
Oh. I sort of hold it in my hand sort of experimentally. So thank you. I still don't quite know what to make of all this, but
I may not be able to show my emotion, which sadly is the thing. When she says sadly, that like everything she said is just standard tone, like no ups and downs. It's really freakishly weird. And then she continues saying, "Sadly, my emotions have been robbed away upon giving birth. Apparently, I will need to sacrifice something in order for you to be birthed into this world. And that is what my emotion has been sacrificed." And I know that it doesn't sound like it, but you do have to know that I love you very much. It's like so weird. Someone emotionlessly says I love you. It's like
I sort of like tear up again and sort of like almost lunge forward to give her a big hug. Sort of just like to say that I missed you.
We will have more time in the future. Yeah.
Promise?
You have my word. And Limerick is just like sitting through this the whole time and just tears drop in his eyes. Like, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Yeah, and yeah. So yeah, and that is. She will just says that will be the end of it, and you can rest here for a while. I will need to check on something, and
so this so this was like a a synthetic body, you said, like sort of like motioning my hands towards her in general.
oh, you mean her or yours?
Like her, since she doesn't look like she's 8.
Oh, okay.
She's 8. Like,
she just kind of looks at you and just says, yes. My former body has already decayed. My soul was incomplete. That's why I built myself another homunculi to bear my soul. And that is what I am right now.
guess it goes to show how much I still have to go, huh?
More than you would know, but you are close. Once you reach your peak, you would know more than anything I could teach you. You remember, you are the very essence of wild magic. Don't sell yourself short. And she just kind of like, but you still have a long way to go. For now, you need to rest.
Yeah, I think I need to lie down after all this.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys, well, Rosemary kind of just leads you guys to where you can, have a good rest. I know it's like kind of weird because given that you guys have just been resting, but like the fight has been dragged on for so long, as well as the information. The exchange lasts for almost couple of hours, so it is about time for you guys to have a decent rest in order to finish your quest, and that is where we'll stop our today's sessions. And yeah,
and I sort of just like I pretty much just like sort of like once we're able to just rest, I sort of just like looking at Tali like, what the heck do you make of all this? sort of look like.
I'm really pleased you've got your mother back. That's one. That's huge. Good win. Man, she's got some powerful enemies.
No kidding.
Bottom line, you're gonna be okay. All right. No matter what, we're gonna look after you, and you are incredibly strong. You will make it through this.
I haven't always felt that way, but thank you. I've always tried my best not to let everyone else down.
You do marvelously. You should have seen you that last fight. You were resplendent.
Yeah, I guess I did kick his butt pretty good.
Incredibly well. Incredibly well.
Think.
I know so.
Oh, in any case, I'm glad you're still here.
Oh
So-
my. I'm so pleased to see you reunited, and I'm so pleased to be by your side as you make it through. And she just kind of gestures around. This? I don't know what to call it, but oh my. It's an honor, Riviani.
Thank you. And yeah, we to be continued.
Nice. So, yeah. I was about to end this today, but when I was planning, I realized, no, it couldn't have been that easy. So, yeah, I resolved the Flash incident, and then that will be the next session will probably be our end session. Given what decisions you guys make, yeah, will probably be our last, probably a little bit more, but depends. Yeah.
This really is it then.
Yeah. I wish I could plan for a bit more, but given, I would say above all else, like, I'm honored to have you guys as players, and you guys have been really great. Just despite my lack of experience and all that, but yeah. Sadly, I can't think of any better outcome for, or plan for a different route for the story arc. Because, well, most of our players have other matters at hand, and that results in a homebrew campaign who relies on story arc very deeply kind of have to be cut short. But I would do my best to wrap up all the loose ends regarding you guys' personal storylines, basically. So yeah.
I reckon you have. This is fantastic. I'm excited for the final battle. Like, really, you have done a fantastic job. You put yourself down too much. It's been an excellent ride.
Thank you. Yeah.
All things considered, overall, I think we have really been enjoying it.
Nice. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, and well, maybe after this, maybe I can have some time to plan for maybe other stuff, and by then maybe we can, if we still want to do this, maybe we can do another one. But yeah, as far as this campaign goes, yeah, I would say yeah, that's about pretty much it. So yeah, thank you guys for playing, and yeah.
Thanks, Robin. It's a lovely send off for these characters. I really, really love it.
Well, most of the ones that left have suffered something.
It's entertaining for sure.
Yeah. Well, Hamura is doing great. She's helping Muradin with various events. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Quiet retirement, just like my bullshit senses are going off, man. I'm glad.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been fun.